Let me show you how simple it is to get 127 grams of protein per day with minimal time or cooking. This meal plan is low calorie, high protein, and is very fast and convenient to make. I'll also show you how to calculate the exact calories and protein you need so you can personalize this to yourself, and how easy it is to increase the calories and protein if you need more food. This is the exact same structure that our clients follow to lose anywhere from 5 to 50 kilos and keep it off, which is the main thing, right? Anyways, let's get stuck in. So for brekkie, we're doing a simple brekkie cereal yogurt fruit bowl. You'll see, it'll make sense in a minute, but it tastes really good. Now, so this is the brekkie for the lower calorie meal plan that we're making, and the higher calorie meal plan, it can either be brekkie or it can be pre-workout meal. It'll make sense in a minute. So we're gonna just chuck it in one of these bad boys in case we wanna eat it later, but you can throw it in a bowl, whatever floats your boat. Super simple. I'm going with a YoPro Perform because this is 20 grams of protein, only 120 calories, but you can easily swap this out for fat-free Greek yogurt, and the macros very similar, so that is also a good shout. So we're just going to whack in this YoPro Perform, and then you can just leave it like this. Just want to squeeze a drop more protein out, and you could make a couple of these at a time if you wanted to meal prep the base, and then I would add the cereal on top fresh each morning though, just so it doesn't go soggy in the fridge. Now we're just going to go a tiny bit of protein to up it a bit, so like 15 grams max. I find if you do a full scoop of protein mixed into yogurt, unless there's a lot of yogurt, it's way too much. Give this a little mix. I would recommend doing vanilla based protein powder personally. Oh, I mean, chocolate might taste alright with the cacao bombs actually, yeah. If you're doing chocolate, I'd definitely just get a fat-free Greek yogurt or vanilla based flavor, because chocolate mixed with like a berry flavor, I don't know how good that would be. Little mixy mix, make sure there's no clumps. Then get the trusty scale just so we're nice and accurate. We'll go on 100 grams of mixed berries. Hold on, I'm gonna have to move my adjustable kitchen a little more. Probably not even in frame anymore, right? 100 grams mixed berries. I'm just gonna leave them frozen. By the time I stop talking shit, they'll probably be defrosted. Oh shit. 125 gram mixed berries, it's all good. Couple more for good luck. And then calls for 30 grams of these. So I found these the other day, me and cameraman cooks, and we were just doing what we do best, just talking shit in the grocery store. High protein puffs, the cacao flavor, they had a vanilla flavor too, hey. The macros are real good. So we're doing 30 grams, but for per serve, which is 45 grams, it's 14.5 protein and 176 calories, which for like a cereal, it's like not bad at all. So I just like to add this stuff to protein yogurt bowls, because when you get the yogurt and the fruit and then you get a crunch, elite. It's just my personal opinion. So 30 grams, so you get a good amount, hey, like that's 30. And keep in mind, like this jar's fucking massive. Mixing with the fruit, I don't know if you can see that, but 30 grams, and that's good to go. This bad boy would have taken me 30 seconds if I wasn't talking shit. 43 grams of protein, 353 calories. That's good macros, hey. Cool, good to go. And yeah, this tastes pretty damn bomb. So brekkie sorted. Now for lunch, just gonna have to be brutally honest with you. We filmed it for a short form video we're making, and we kind of forgot to buy enough ingredients for the second video, this one. So it's already made. But anyways, you get the gist. This is the simplest shit you can ever make. It's 2 Mission Carb Balance wraps, or if you can't get those, Aldi have the exact same ones, 100 calories each, or Simpson's low carb high protein wraps, which they're about 100, extra 10 or so calories, so barely anything. 1 tin of John West lemon cracked pepper tuna on each, bunch of lettuce, and then low fat mayo, 20 grams, so about 10 grams in each. Of course, you could add as many salads as you want to this. It's not going to increase calories much, so you can probably throw in some cucumber, tomato, whatever you want, but that meal took us 30 seconds to put together, and the macros are insane. So this is cameraman cook's lunch, because I personally think tuna tastes like cat food. But 42 grams of protein, only 412 calories for both. So you're looking at 200 calories per wrap, which is pretty insane. And this is my go-to lunch, I'd say 80% of the time. These wraps, but I swap the tuna for about 200 grams of chicken breast, or 200 grams of chicken tenders. And then you could do mayo, or I might do Dijon mustard, which is really good, or Peronaise. And I'll throw some capsicum and tomato in there as well. But so good, you literally just fold it up, eat it, good to go. I honestly do wish I liked tuna, because it's so simple and convenient. Such good macros, high protein, and you could make that anywhere on the go. Like if you're traveling, if you're at work, like in an office, if you got lunch, you could just make that in the car if you really needed to, right? I mean, you would stink out of the car, but what I'm trying to say is it's ridiculously simple. Anyway, brekkie lunch sorted. We've already got heaps of protein for not many calories. So now, a little snack. For snacks, if you've seen any of my other videos before, you know I'm a big fan of no prep snacks, because this whole day is minimal cooking. We want to stick to that. So what we're going to do is mandarin, a little piece of fruit, can't go wrong. Stay. And then these, absolutely elite. The Cadbury caramel cake bars or the Cadbury mini rolls, 355 calories, like 86 calories each, hey. They're so good. Hits that little sweet craving in the arvo. And then the optional, we're gonna have one of these, little mandarin, and then we have an optional sugar-free drink. Of course, you don't have to have that. I call this the get to dinner without inhaling the entire fridge arvo snack. I need a short name, but anyway. Mandarin, piece of fruit, or you could go apple, kiwi fruit, caramel cake bar, help curb the sweet cravings, and then a sugar-free drink, which personally, when I'm dieting, not at the moment, but when I'm in a calorie deficit, this is like, it's a game changer, hey. It just hits different. It really does. When you're dieting, it does, hey. So this is one of my favorite ones, actually, the Kirk's Zero Sugar Orange drinks. These taste elite. It literally tastes like Sunkist, but there's no calories, there's no sugar. It's unreal. So of course, that's optional. Don't have to have that. It's got no calories, but whack that there. And then we're gonna do dinner, dessert, and then I'm also gonna show for the higher calorie option, the extra meal we're gonna add. So let's do dinner. For dinner, we're making a beef teriyaki and rice. This meal is elite. So this is pretty much the only time I'm gonna cook. And you cook this 2 or 3 times a week if you're eating the same meals all week, and it's so good, trust me. Each time it's gonna be 10 minutes. So you're looking at half an hour of cooking a week. That's pretty damn good for dropping fat and eating tasty meals. So I just ran away. So we're gonna need some of this butter leaf lettuce. Cucumber optional. Now with this, you can add as many veggies as you want, but I like to keep it nice and simple, and you'll see why in a minute. Gonna need some diced beef or beef strips, long grain white rice, jasmine rice, whatever tickles your pickle. We're going with a cup, and then we're going with this. Now this is the secret ingredient right here. This teriyaki sauce is elite. It tastes so good, and you get a good amount, 25 calories for 18 grams. So about 20 grams, 25 calories, and it's so worth it. And then just to be a little bougie, this is highly optional as well, but we're gonna get a little fancy up in here. Pop a little sesame seeds on top. That's what me and Cameron cooks call being fancy. So 30 grams is 188 calories. This bag is 150 grams. So you're gonna use like two grams, 5 absolutely tops, but I'm literally talking a little sprinkle just to make it look good. To be honest, it does make it taste good. I honestly would do it. Gives you that little restaurant vibe feel, you know? Anyways, Alex, shut up, let's get to it. So get the pan going, get the beef in the pan. All we really need to do, smack this into there, cook it up, microwave the rice cup, and then plate it up, and that's it. And we're good to go. So on the lower calorie meal plan, which will have all the totals up at the end, we're gonna do 125 grams of extra lean beef. Sorry, not extra lean, just diced beef. If you're going on the higher calorie meal plan, I don't wanna say like female, male, because everyone's so different, you know, depending on like how much weight you have to lose, you know, so many stats, height, activity level, all that stuff, just based on our clients and what I generally see. 125 grams is gonna be more for the lower calorie side, and we're gonna do 200 grams for the higher calorie side. So maybe if you and your partner are doing it, you could split it up like that. You can split it up however you want, as long as it fits your calories, really. That's what we're doing. Season the beef. Would you season the beef? Bit of garlic, eh? Just a little bit. A little paprika as well. It's not really teriyaki then, is it? Nah, we'll just go a little bit of garlic.
Do you like any other seasoning?
Yeah, just don't have any, eh? So don't make my mistake. Put a dash of spray in and don't get oil, but I'm be 100% honest with you guys. I'm trying to eat a little more so. But even that across 3 or 4 meals. Yeah, no, that's way too much. Don't do that. That's the old do as I say, not as I do. But it's a good little lesson, I guess. That's, I reckon, 100 calories at least. That's a good tablespoon, eh? Going in with the diced beef. Get a little mixy mix. A little bit of garlic powder, because why not? I know I said 10 minutes, but that beef, what, that was like 2-3 minutes? That literally cooks so fast. So you could make this meal, especially if you use microwave rice cups, in like 5 minutes. Like that's pretty crazy. And usually I wouldn't even add cucumber, I'd just throw lettuce in there. If you are gonna have different portions, maybe between you and your partner, or you just wanna be super accurate, 500 grams of raw weight, it will probably slightly change after you've cooked it. So you can reweigh it and then just divide it by 4. If you're doing 125, or if you're doing 200, it gets a little bit trickier, but try not to get all the liquid in. So much water comes out, hey. So we went from 500 to 380, which is a little bit depressing when you weigh it out evenly, but it's 380 cooked weight. So then if you're doing 125, just divide that by 4 and you're good to go. Or divide it by 3 if you want to do a third of the pack, etc. Plate that up, pretty much done. Each night, simply plate up fresh with your beef, your microwave rice cup, your lettuce, your cucumber, this teriyaki sauce, and then a touch of sesame seeds if you want to be fancy. And then we end up with this bad boy here. Hope you like that little bougie over the top shot. I don't know what we were thinking, but little change up. Anyways, this meal is absolutely elite. So the lower calorie version with the 125 grams of beef is 39 grams of protein, only 405 calories, and it tastes bomb. Now, if you up the beef to 200 grams, that's for the higher calorie plan, then you get 60 60 grams of protein, 508 calories. So still low calories, tons of protein, but this is the secret sauce right here. Give this a shot if you haven't before. It's called Kiko Man thick teriyaki sauce. Anyway, it's fucking elite. 25 calories per 18 grams, and then bit of sesame seeds sprinkle over the top. Makes it feel like it's like a bougie restaurant meal, which it's not, but honestly it does taste good. But just be careful with these, because like all you need 2 grams, just a little sprinkle, because per serve, which is 30 grams, let's be honest, no one's gonna use 30 grams, it's 188 calories. So I wouldn't say, don't be adding the packet if, yeah, you get my drift. Anyways, sweet. So dessert. We are also doing no prep whatsoever, no cooking, no nothing. We're going with a simple vanilla cone or drumstick, whatever flavor you want really, as long as it's around 220 calories, which these ones are. By the way, the Coles brand or the Woolies brands, these are like $4 for 4. When I got them, they were. And these are 221 calories. So these taste absolutely elite. This is the lower calorie day. So this day of eating right here, quick recap. We got the protein yogurt berry cereal bowl. We got the 2 wraps, the snack, the dessert, the teriyaki beef bowl for dinner, including the sauce and whatnot. This is only 1,532 calories, so it's pretty low calories. 127 grams of protein, and as you saw, very, very fast to make. Well, we're talking 10 to 15 minutes of cooking, absolute max, maybe twice a week, maybe 3, depends how fresh you want to keep your food, and the rest is done in a minute or 2. So that's that. Now we're going to add a whole other meal. You can rotate this in if you want instead of the breakfast, but this meal we're going to add now will bump it to 2,171 calories with 191 grams of protein. So if you're on higher calories, I would highly recommend doing this. So we thought to keep it super simple, so you can still follow that exactly and add another meal if you're on more calories, which to be honest is kind of what I've been doing since I upped my calories. So I just added another meal. I find it works really well. So what we're going to do is blueberry and peanut butter overnight oats. This has been my favorite meal for like a decade. I either eat it hot, or now because it's really hot and I've got more calories, I go overnight, and it tastes so good. So I'm going to grab a jar, whack in 60 grams of oats, or put it into a container, bowl, whatever, doesn't really matter. 30 grams of protein. I like vanilla based flavors for this as well, to be honest. Or salted caramel's pretty good, eh? You know when companies come out like limited time, flavor only, and then it's like, it's unreal, and then they stop it? It's the worst. Anyway, first world problem. Champagne problem. That's what we're calling them now, eh? 6 grams of oats, 30 grams of whey. You don't have to add the chia seeds, but I've been liking adding 5 grams of chia seeds, which is like, or a teaspoon, that will do. It's pretty much nothing. I find it just helps soak it up a little bit, and it just makes it taste real good. And then we're going skim milk, good cows, more protein, and we're going, you want at least a double milk to oat ratio. So if you go 60 oats, you want like 120, maybe even 130. We're going 130 today. If you're doing like 50 oats, then you do 100 milk, etc. Boom, whack that in, and then just give it a little mix. We actually prepped 3 of these before as well. The good thing about these as well is the base, you can pretty much keep the same, and you can just change the toppings if you want, fresh each morning, and it makes it a little bit different. So for example, the base is always going to be the oats, protein, chia or no chia, and then the milk, mix it. You could just refrigerate. I would do 3 at a time, saves a lot of time. And then we just need 80 grams of blueberries, and then you can put 15 grams of peanut butter on top, which I'm not going to add now because I'm going to eat this in the morning, but you'll get the gist. The gist? The gist. You get the gist, mate. This would go all the way to the top, but it's not going to because I didn't let the oats set. I usually add them fresh in the morning, to be honest, my berries. Even if they're frozen, I might defrost them for 20 seconds, but especially if you're going to make 3 at a time, which is what I usually do, I would just make the base, throw it in the fridge, and then each morning I just do 80 to 100 grams of blueberries or raspberries. You know, you could do apple and cinnamon, that's a good one. Or like banana and honey, that's also sick. But anyway, 80 grams of blueberries, and then you just whack 15 grams of peanut butter on top, and you probably won't be able to see too much, but overnight oats, can't go wrong. Sweet. And this bad boy packs 43 grams of protein for 536 calories. So what we will do, I'll come back and I'll show you. Daily totals for the lower calorie day, which doesn't include that, and 125 grams of beef, is 1,532 with 127 grams of protein. So that's pretty damn good. If you've got more calories, what we're going to do, first thing, put the beef to 200 grams raw weight, and then we're going to bring in that overnight oats meal we just made. Now that puts this entire day to 2,171 calories with 191 grams of protein. So tons of protein there. Of course, you want to follow the calories and protein that you need. So the best way to do that is I'll chuck my free calculator in the description. Just plug in your details. It'll tell you what calories and protein to aim for. It'll tell you protein, carbs, and fats, but mainly just focus on the calories and protein. And then if you need to slightly tweak this to hit that, then you absolutely can, and it should be pretty easy. And if you're following the higher calorie day, what I'd highly recommend is either have this for breakfast and have this for pre-workout before you train, or vice versa. Have that for brekkie and then have this before training. Doesn't really matter, you can eat at any time, but personally I think these 2 meals would go pretty well before training. When the goal is fat loss and you're super busy, there's a lot of stuff going on in your life, this this is how simple, in my opinion, your meals should be. And as you can see, it could be, because it's gonna allow you to stick to your plan and to your calories and protein, which is the main thing for losing fat and keeping it off. So you don't need to follow any crazy fads. You don't need to follow any crazy fancy recipes like 17 ingredients. In my opinion, the less time cooking, the better, unless you love cooking. If you do, probably didn't click on this video. My bad. I knew something was missing. The dessert, the fucking most important meal of the entire day. We have the drumstick. So that's in there too. Now it's a complete meal, and that is on both the calorie lower and higher. So don't worry, always gonna have dessert and lose fat. Okay, hopefully that video was helpful. Give this a try, give some of the meals a crack. Let me know what you think. And if you like this video, I think you'll like this one too. See you in the next one.